So this is probably going to ruin any chance I have of being on ESPN, being on First Take, and becoming a mainstream basketball analyst. But all season, there's been a conversation about the NBA ratings. There's been a conversation about how basketball has changed as a group. And everybody's been making videos. Everybody's been talking about the subject. Everybody, former players, NBA media members, people on YouTube, everybody's been talking about the ratings going down and how basketball is not the same as it used to be. And all through YouTube, I've been watching videos about why the NBA ratings are going down, why this, that, and the third. And I really don't talk about the NBA ratings as much. But the truth is, the problem has been right in front of us the whole time. And I truly think the NBA has the worst media team in sports. And I truly believe if you give more camera time to some of the people on YouTube who cover basketball, it would be so much better. And I 100% stand behind the people that do this on YouTube do it better than the people you see on ESPN, TNT, NBA TV, and other platforms. So, the other night, LeBron James made a video, or not made a video, but made a statement about why Anthony Edwards does not want to be the face of the league. You can watch the clip right now.
No, well, Ant already said he don't want it.
I know.
Yeah, Ant said he ain't trying to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Channing Frye said it the other day, too, like, I mean, it's unfortunate, but, like, I don't know. Why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people that that cover our game and talk about our game on a day-to-day basis shit on everybody? I mean, that responsibility, it's just weird. There's weird energy from the people that I don't know. But Channing, he said it. He said it perfectly. Couldn't say it no better. But Ant said he don't want it. Obviously I didn't ask for it, but I knew there was a responsibility for me. Not only to my family, my friends, my community, and whoever that was going to follow my journey throughout my career. Not only in Ohio when I started there, but all over America and all over the world when I traveled all over the world. So I've always taken that seriously and understood from the beginning what being a professional was all about and being a role model was all about. So try to hold that with the utmost respect and honor, but I feel Ant. I understand. I completely understand. This is weird energy when it comes to that. So.
Last question.
I got something.
And this is the guy who's been the face of the league for 20 plus years. LeBron James knows what he's talking about. I think LeBron James was 100% right when he said this. And here comes one of the biggest problems in the NBA media right now with something to say.
Essay, weird energy, your reaction?
That's some BS. I'm going to call it, like I said, this is some straight BS. I'm not saying everything that he said was BS because I understand there's an enormous amount of pressure that gets elevated, fellas, when it comes to being the face of the league. I understand that, but I don't appreciate what he said. I really, really don't. And listen, let's understand what the backdrop of all of this is. This is fresh off of All-Star Weekend, an All-Star Weekend that LeBron James elected to show up for and not participate in. Don't get me started with his 22 years in the league and how he ruined the slam dunk contest because he's the star. He's the first superstar that played above the rim that decided not to participate in the slam dunk contest. Don't get me started with him showing up at All-Star Weekend on a Sunday afternoon, notifying the NBA an hour beforehand that he wasn't going to play, so they didn't have time to sit up there and get a replacement for him, and then he showed up out there with street clothes on. Don't get me started with all of that. There's an abundance of things that have been going on throughout the career of LeBron James in this league or whatever. I'd like to remind LeBron James, first of all, there's a whole bunch of people that cover the league. They're former players. Oh, yeah, they're former players. They're not just reporters. They're former players, former big-time players, former Hall of Fame players. They talk about the league, too, and it's reminiscent of what I said about Kevin Durant when I talked about, can anybody talk about y'all? Is everything negative? I want to say this, too. There's a narrative that goes around these days, and Wendy, this is out of your lane right here. This is out of your lane right here. Where if you're a brother and you're talking about brothers, oh, you just hating on brothers. You know, it's like black on black crime. Well, if a brother busts your ass, and you happen to be a brother that got your ass busted, then how is it that you're praising the brother that gave it to you, and you're highlighting the brother that got it given to them. That's what you're doing. But people don't bring this kind of stuff up. There's so much stuff that you can point to when you look at LeBron James. You can talk to the decision, okay? Self-aggrandizement at its height. What happened there? He has a 75-minute show, The Decision, to announce and surprise the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers that I'm leaving you. He had to find out on national television with the rest of America. What did I say after that, Wendy?
And after LeBron James saw this clip, this is what he had to say. Exactly. Made my point. But anyways, happy this convo is started, and it ain't about the face of the game, and it ain't about one person or one show. It's about the culture of basketball, the most beautiful game in the world. Our game has never been better. Incredible young stars from all over the world, some older ones. Steph Curry should be the only thing we're talking about today. Let's discuss how great OKC and the Cavs have been this season with two completely different styles and break down why and how they have. Of course, if players don't perform, we need to discuss that too and break that down. Even that can be discussed in a way that's not to bring finality to that player's game, but to leave room to see how that player responds, and let's watch the journey of that player. Therefore, when fans hear these claims about their favorite teams or their favorite players, they can go back and watch and see what's actually going on in these games. We did not have the level of watchability that we did 20 to 25 years ago. It was whatever was on TV, whatever was being shown on cable. Now I have 3 monitors at this desk right here, and I can watch 8 total games at once. I can watch whatever I want. Even when the games are over, I can watch them again. I can watch them again without having to record them. I can go on a website and watch any game that I want from this season, last season, the year before that, any season. So you're just not going to be able to sell the NBA fandom as much as you were 10, 15, 20 years ago. And it's just like the NBA media, it's the only group that does not understand that. They put out these lazy takes, these false narratives, these biased narratives, knowing that the NBA fandom today, people in my generation or even the generation before me who have put the time in to analyze the game, just know it's complete and utter bullshit. And I started covering basketball seriously. I've always been an NBA fan my entire life. I started covering basketball seriously right after the Denver Nuggets won the NBA championship. And about 2 months in, I realized First Take was not improving my basketball knowledge at all. There are so many things that could be talked about this season. So many things. The breakout of Cade Cunningham, why Paolo Banchero is struggling, why the Cleveland Cavaliers got a new head coach and flipped their entire scheme and are now the number 1 seed in the NBA currently, and the Oklahoma City Thunder and how they have an all-time great defense. Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons going from the worst team in the NBA to a locked-in playoff team in the Eastern Conference. There are so many things that we could be talking about, and yet we are wasting so many hours and so many days talking about this aspect right here. We bring up the fact that LeBron James took a picture with the All-Star team in street clothes when that has happened every single year. I can go back in the past 20 years of NBA All-Star team pictures and find at least 5 years where there are players in street clothes. We talk about LeBron James and how he ruined the dunk contest, yet the NBA dunk contest was canceled for seasons because it was bad before LeBron got into the league. And 20 years from now, the NBA fandom is going to be even smarter. NBA fans nowadays understand schemes. They understand contracts. They understand why players get paid as much, why players don't get paid as much. They understand all of it. You're not going to be able to sell me on Jason Tatum being auraless.
Just think about this. Close your eyes unless you're driving and listening on radio. Let's close our eyes. Close our eyes. Think about Magic Johnson. You can see the smile. Think about Michael. You can see that cocky grin. Think about LeBron. You can see the imagery, pregame, chalk. You can close your eyes and there's images with stars. Close your eyes now and do it with Tatum. I don't see anything. 26 a night? I don't see anything.
Nikola Jokic and SGA are having one of the greatest MVP duels the league has ever seen. And we are talking about this. I mean, shit, we have two players that are twins in the NBA who both look like they can be all-stars as quick as next year. We have two phenomenal prospects that are going to be heading into the draft in the next 2 seasons in AJ DeBonsta and Cooper Flagg. Yet none of that is getting covered. What's up, guys? Editing this video, just now realizing and remembering that AJ DeBonsta's decision was covered on First Take. So that's on me. I can admit when I was wrong. Now let's get back to the video. Instead, we are wasting time talking about LeBron James and why he did not get dressed up for an All-Star game in his 22nd season. Nah, not even that. LeBron James looks like a top 5 player in the planet the past 2 months. And we're not talking about that. Steph Curry just had damn near 60. We're not talking about that. We love to get everything centered around Kevin Durant and LeBron James and Steph Curry, and yet we have content for all 3 of them, and we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. So when we have a player who's been All-NBA first team, I think 4 or 5 seasons straight, he's about to win. He might just win his 2nd straight NBA Finals. He's been an All-Star Game MVP. He plays for the Boston Celtics. I have to hear shit like he's the softest superstar in NBA history. That's what I have to hear. That's my issue. That's my issue. And I can understand when a player is playing bad, you have to speak on it. You can't be 100% positive if you're going to cover a game unbiasedly. I understand that, but it's the way you guys go about critiquing these NBA players. Instead of thinking what the player could do to fix his game. For example, I've been quite vocal on how Paolo Banchero has been playing ever since he got back from injury. I have always said this is what I rather see Paolo Banchero do. And if he sticks to that, he could be a top 10 to 15 player in this league. Why can't the NBA do that? Why can't the NBA do that? Why can't NBA media members do that? Instead, every week we go back to why is LeBron James the GOAT? Why is Michael Jordan the GOAT? I truly do not give a fuck about that debate anymore. I truly don't. I don't give a fuck who you have as your GOAT. I truly don't. I truly don't. Because if I think LeBron's the GOAT, there's no way in God fuck if I'm going to... No, sorry. Because if I think LeBron James is the GOAT, there's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to convince somebody that's a Michael Jordan guy that LeBron is the GOAT. There's no way in hell you're going to be able to convince somebody that is not going to put in the actual time to research it. It really pisses me off. It really pisses me off because we have a beautiful game of basketball. There's no way that you can say if you watch all 30 teams that they play the same brand of basketball. There's no way you can tell me the Boston Celtics and the Memphis Grizzlies play the same type of offense. There's no way you can tell me the Boston Celtics and the Oklahoma City Thunder play the same type of fucking offense. There's no way in hell you can tell me the Utah Jazz and the Cleveland Cavaliers play the same type of offense. And I can 100% assure you, if we go back and sit back and just watch a game from 2001 or watch a game from 1993, people would much prefer a game from today. I'll see y'all next time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.